Summer is always a time when most dogs are incredibly excited. Sunny mornings, trips to the park, chases in the yard, or simply being able to go out with you all make their tails wag nonstop. Seeing this, many people believe that beautiful weather means their dog is enjoying life more than ever. But there's a truth that not everyone knows. Every year, thousands of dogs are hospitalized due to heat-related problems. Sadly, most of these cases are completely preventable. Not because their owners lack love, but because the first signs are often very subtle. A dog won't say it's too hot, nor will it know how to find a safe place if it's still trying to follow the person it trusts most. Unlike humans, dogs can almost never cool their bodies by sweating. They mainly dissipate heat by panting and radiating heat through their paw pads. When the ambient temperature rises too quickly, that mechanism becomes less effective. The danger is that many dogs continue to run, play, and try to please their owners, even when their bodies have already reached their limits. That's why small mistakes in the summer can sometimes be very costly. A seemingly harmless decision can turn a fun day into an unwanted memory. In this video, we'll explore 6 of the most important things to help your dog get through the summer safely and healthily. And the first one is a common mistake that many people think. It'll only be a few minutes. Surely it'll be fine. There's something very special about dogs that many owners only realize after years. They almost never want to worry you. If you hold their leash, they'll still eagerly run to the door, even if their bodies are starting to tire. If you throw them a ball again, they'll still try to follow, even though their heart rate is high and their breathing is increasingly rapid. It's not because they don't get tired, but because for dogs, being with you is always more important than their own discomfort. That's also why summer becomes a risky time. Humans usually stop when they feel too hot. We seek shade, drink water, or rest. Dogs are different. They usually only stop when their bodies can barely continue. Veterinarians often say that heat stroke in dogs rarely happens suddenly. It starts with very small changes: faster than normal breathing, tongue sticking out longer, slower running speed, or constantly seeking cool surfaces to lie down on. This is the body signaling that heat is accumulating faster than it can dissipate. Unfortunately, these signs are easily overlooked. Many people think the dog is just happy to be running, or simply breathing heavily after exercise. By the time they actually lie down or refuse to get up, the body may have entered a dangerous state. Therefore, in the summer, the most important thing isn't how much exercise a dog gets. It's about learning to stop before they're forced to. A good owner doesn't wait until their dog is exhausted to rest. They recognize the first small signs and act before a problem arises. And there's one mistake that makes those signals appear much faster, even though most of us think we're helping our dogs stay happy and healthy. That's the timing of when we choose to take them outside for exercise. You've probably heard the advice that dogs need daily exercise. That's absolutely true. But there's a crucial detail many people overlook. It's not just about how they exercise, but also when they exercise. Think about a typical summer day. The sun is high, the air is stifling, and the ground absorbs heat for hours. For us, just a hat, shoes, and plenty of water are enough to go outside. But your dog faces a completely different environment. Every step they take is in direct contact with the hot ground. Hot air surrounds their head, where they're trying to cool down by panting. The more they run, the more heat their muscles generate. Meanwhile, their body's cooling capacity can't keep up with the rate of heat buildup. What makes things even more dangerous is that dogs have difficulty judging their limits when they're excited. If you hold a ball in your hand, many dogs will just keep running over and over again. They don't stop because they're tired. They stop when their bodies can no longer continue. That's why veterinarians often recommend that in the summer, you adjust your dog's routine instead of cutting out exercise entirely. Long walks should be moved to early mornings, when the ground is cooler and the air is more pleasant, or to evenings after sunset. During the day, if you need to take your dog out, keep it shorter, walk slower, and prioritize areas with lots of trees or shade. You also don't need to turn every walk into a workout. Sometimes, a short walk allowing your dog to leisurely sniff the air, explore the environment, and spend time with you is more beneficial than running constantly in the scorching sun. But even if you've chosen the right time to go out, there's still one crucial factor in whether your dog's body can cope with the heat: how they are hydrated and allowed to cool down before thirst actually sets in. When thinking about helping dogs cope with the heat, Most of us immediately think of a bowl of water. That's important, but water alone isn't enough. Pay attention to how your dog rests on hot days. They often seek out cool surfaces, crawl under tables, or lie in a breezy spot. This isn't a coincidence. They're instinctively trying to cool down. If your yard is just concrete absorbing the sun for hours, or their kennel is in direct afternoon sunlight, then even with a bowl of water nearby, their body will still be constantly battling the heat. A cool space is sometimes far more valuable than a few extra sips of water. Simply finding a stable, shady spot, a breathable mat, or bringing your dog indoors during the hottest part of the day can significantly reduce stress on their body. Also, don't wait until your dog drinks a lot of water to assume they're hydrated. In the summer, proactively give your dog rest and small sips of water throughout its exercise. This helps the body absorb water more effectively and maintains continuous thermoregulation. Most importantly, give your dog a chance to rest before it feels exhausted. Dogs rarely stop on their own, especially when they are playing with their owner. They will try to run one more time, chase the ball one more time, just to be with you. Therefore, it's not the dog that needs to know when to stop, but you. And to do that, you need to recognize the first signals their body sends when it starts to overheat. These signs are often subtle and easy to overlook, but understanding them can prevent a dangerous situation before it actually happens. Unfortunately, heat stroke in dogs rarely happens suddenly. In most cases, their bodies have already sent out numerous warning signals beforehand. It's just that these signals are so subtle that we often don't notice them. Many people think that it's perfectly normal for a dog to breathe heavily after running. That's true, but only for a short time. If breathing becomes increasingly rapid and prolonged even after resting, or if the tongue remains stuck out for a long time, it could be a sign that the body is having difficulty cooling down. You should also pay attention to changes in behavior. A normally energetic dog might suddenly slow down, constantly seek shade, lie down in the middle of a walk, or lose interest in their favorite ball. Don't assume they're just being lazy. It's very possible their body is forcing them to conserve every last bit of energy. If the situation worsens, the dog may drool excessively, stagger, become disoriented, or even collapse. This is no longer just a sign of fatigue, but an emergency requiring immediate attention. When this happens, the first thing to do is quickly move the dog to a shady spot or indoors with air conditioning. Use cool water to cool the body, especially the abdomen, paws, and inner thighs. Do not use ice water or immerse the dog in excessively cold water, as sudden temperature changes can cause the body to react negatively. Then, contact a veterinarian as soon as possible, even if the dog seems more alert. Most importantly, don't wait until your dog collapses to believe the weather is too harsh. They are always trying to endure longer than they can handle, and sometimes, recognizing the signs a few minutes earlier can make all the difference. After all, protecting dogs in the summer isn't just about avoiding the hot days, it's also about understanding their limits and becoming the right decision maker when they can't speak up for themselves. Summer isn't the time for your dog to run more or play more. The most important thing is keeping them safe. Remember, dogs won't tell you when they're too hot. They won't know the pavement is burning their paws, nor will they understand that their body is about to reach its limit. All they know is that you're ahead, and they want to keep going with you. So every decision you make matters. Choose to walk when it's cooler. Bring water with you. Let your dog rest before they become exhausted. And don't overlook small changes in their behavior, as that's often the only way they can tell you they're not well. Just these simple changes can help your dog have a much healthier and safer summer. If you learned something useful from this video today, please take a few minutes to check your dog's water bowl, pet them, and make sure their resting place is cool enough on hot days. And if you love your dog, please share this video with other dog owners. Perhaps just a small piece of information could help someone protect their four-legged friend from a tragic accident this summer. Finally, please leave a comment letting me know your dog's name and age. I'm eager to read stories about your loyal companion every day.